Hello everybody, welcome back to Dragon Quest 11. And this might be, well, not the final episode, but one of the very last episodes at the very least. Because in today's episode, we are going to be finally going after Calasmos. In the previous episode, we did all of the Tickington side quests that I was missing. Well, all bar one. Yeah, this last one here, we actually need to defeat Calasmos before we can continue with this. So today we are actually going to be doing the ending of the game, and everything else after this is just going to be the optional super bosses. So yeah, we are at the end of the road. It's taken a long time, a lot of breaks. I did actually check. I posted the first video of this series in December 2020. That's when the game came to Steam. Well, and PS4 and Xbox as well. But yeah, that's how long it's been. Nearly 4 years since the beginning of this this playthrough. So, with that in mind, let me just quickly show you the setups I've got for the characters here. So yeah, starting with the Luminary, I'll be going with a Brilliant Blade, although I am going to have the Legate's Blade in the in his equipment bag, so let me actually do that. Yeah, I have the swords of both Swords of Lights in the Luminary's equipment bag, just to give options. Although I don't actually need it in this equipment bag to be able to change to it during battle, but oh well. Yeah, Brilliant Blade is the Luminary's best greatsword in my opinion. It deals light damage, gives you great parry chance. The only reason to use the Legate's Blade is because of that crit chance. Obviously, you can see it doubles it right there. So if you're wanting to get crits for sword dance, that can be good. Although, obviously, it's still pretty unreliable. Honestly, I'll probably just stick with the Brilliant Blade. I have Erwin's Helm instead of Erdwin's Coronet, which is part of this outfit. Erwin's Helm actually gives 20% elemental damage reduction and 50% cursed reduction. Whereas Erdwin's Coronet gives you Sleep, Confuse, spell casting ceiling, or insta-kill reduction. But I can get those from the Elfin Charm, 50%. Obviously, it's still only 50%. If you pair that with the Erdwin's Coronet, you get 100%. However, I'm wanting to stack the elemental damage reduction, because if you with this and then the Erdwin's Tunic, you're getting 45% elemental damage reduction, which is really, really good. I have a Meteoric Bracer on, although this is kind of unfavorable. Do I have a spare Catholicon ring to give you? I do, actually. I might... Yeah, I don't think the extra agility is going to matter, so I think I'm actually going to swap this out for a Catholicon ring, just to give the status protection. I think the Luminary could do with that, actually, so that's actually better. And yeah, then Elfin Charm. These two accessories are just like the go-to for status protection. They're just so useful. And again, I can't exactly remember what Calasmos does off the top of my head, but I mean, it's the final boss. He's going to be pulling out all kinds of bullshit. Eric is pretty standard. Hunter's Moon and Dark Star. Swindler's King Scarf, because actually no, I think I could swap this out because I have this on for stealing, although it does give him 2% evasion. So never mind. I think I might give Eric a Papillon Mask actually, or a Phantom Mask is actually pretty good for him. That's another 2% evasion. Oh, I don't want the paralysis. I mean, I have got 50% paralysis reduction from the Catholicon ring. So I think I'm gonna go with a Phantom Mask actually. So yeah, pretty standard stuff for Eric. You obviously won the Swindler's King stuff if you're stealing. Sylvando, again, pretty standard. Stacking evasion with the Swab, Scarfs, Metal King Jacket, and Phantom Mask. Plus the double El Stupendos. I think these are the best knives for Sylvando, to be honest, just for all-around utility. Rab is stacked with max evasion. He's got 32% evasion, which is absolutely insane. With double Trickster cards, a Metal King Jacket, and a Phantom Mask. That's how you get that much evasion. It's crazy. And then Crimson Claws, because they have some of the best crit rate besides the Golden Claws. which Jade has on the Golden Claws. I've been avoiding using when I'm not in boss fights because they give the added effect of monsters coming up to you, which can be annoying, but this is how you get the most crit on Jade, as far as I know anyway. Golden Claws, Warrior Princess Headdress, because yeah, the Minerva's Tiara doesn't actually give as much crit, which is kind of annoying. Minerva's Raiment, and then double Assassin cards gets you 25% critical chance. So, super good. Veronica actually changed a little bit. Anchor of Rancor is, I think, her best whip, just because you get that chance of oompful, not oomph. Again, wrong description. It's actually oompful. If you want to use a staff, or a rod, I should say, the Aurora Staff +3 is, yeah, there you go. That'll get my Veronica max magical might, actually, because I've obviously given her a bit from just all the seeds I got from those guys while I was getting the Devilry Drinkers to make money. So if you like the heavy ones, there you go. The Uber Gringham Whip is pretty good. Full damage dealt to all enemies. And it gives it the most attack, but since I've raised Veronica's strength, I don't actually need it, because the Anchor of Rancor gives me max attack. And since I'm mainly, for the boss fights, going to be using Twin Dragon Lash anyway, the Uber Gringham Whip's added effect of full damage to all enemies isn't really that important. The Pillar Masks for paralysis protection, just completely. Seraph Robe's really good, 25% elemental damage reduction, and then 50% insta-kill protection. I'm a big fan of that. Then Elfin Charm and Catholicon Ring, like I said. You could probably swap out the Catholicon Ring. I already have 100% paralysis reduction, but I did want all the other things as well. I just don't want Veronica to get statused. And then Serena, I actually have with dual wands, just because I think when I'm going to bring Serena in this fight in particular, I'm not really going to be using her to deal any damage. Obviously, I've been a big advocate for Spears for the whole game. I still think Spears and Serena are the way to go, but for these rare exceptions, like these last couple of bosses here, basically, the only times I'm really going to be using wands with Serena. Scepter of Time gives a 100% chance of Alma Mater effect when the battle begins. I believe, if I'm not mistaken... Again, it's been a while. That is the re-raise effect, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you avoid instant death effects when you're half HP or higher. Yeah, I got that confused with Grace of the Goddess is that one, I think. And then the Fairy King's Cane reduces all damage taken by 10%, gives you a bit of passive HP restoration. So just getting these nice bonus effects, I think is probably more useful for Serena, just because she's just going to be buffing and healing when I bring her in. This fight. Obviously, I think her best spear is the Barbarous Pole. 20% chance of an oomph effect when the battle begins. And then you can reduce enemy defense with it as well. Really, really good spear. Golden Tiara, because it gives the most status protection of any headgear. And I don't want Serena to get any statuses because she's the one that's going to be doing all the buffing and healing and supporting, and getting her status would be really annoying. And yeah, both status protection accessories. Hendrik, Galaxy Axe. I'm probably going to have the Hypernova Sword, actually. Or the Uber Miracle Sword, depending on what I want to use. So, again, Hendrik's one of those characters where, at this point in the game, you can kind of rotate his weapons quite a bit. I still favor axes the most, but I've shown off why one-handed swords and a shield is also very good for Hendrik late game. Villain Mask, so he doesn't get paralyzed. Just an armor is just his best armor, I think. There's nothing else I could really want to give him. Besides maybe a Metal King jacket. If you can, yeah, you can use one. But I mean, that's 10% all-around elements and 10% evasion, which he isn't really stacking with anything else. I think it's just the best way to go. Shield Bearer, just for that extra block and parry chance. And now I could give him the other Shield Bearer, get up to 24%. But I think actually having a Meteorite Bracer on Hendrik to make him a little faster would actually be pretty good to get him his turns first, so I can use Forbearance if I'm in a sticky situation. or something like that. I've got all the characters pepped up and ready to go. And I think that's about it. I'll just quickly show one last final show of the character stats. So you can see what I've raised with seeds over the course of the playthrough. I could have done more. I could have got everyone to max HP, but I didn't want to break the game completely. So there's Eric. I tried to give the characters the HP, like, that I think suits their inherent traits, I guess, without just getting them all to max. Rab, I could still give him a little more strength, as his attack is still not at max. But, it is what it is. Veronica, same with... I know, Veronica's attack's at max, but though... If I wanted to use some different weapons, I guess I could have raised her strength a bit more. So yeah, that is it. So, I think, with all that said... it's time to pursue Calasmos at long last. Now, one thing I'm gonna say... There are two ways you can fight Calasmos. There's an easy way, or there's the hard way. Goes without saying, right? The easy way is by... I'm just going to spoil it now, because I'm not going to be doing the easy way. At least at first, I want to try doing it the hard way. I'm assuming with the strength of my characters, I should be able to do it the hard way. The easy way is by using... You have to use the Sword of Light as an item in battle. It has been hinted at in Act 3. I think the characters kind of hint towards it. If you use the Sword of Light as an item in battle in this fight, you'll just see what happens. It makes it significantly easier for you. It's kind of the intended way to beat the boss. Now, because of the strength of my characters, I want to see if I can beat it the hard way. So I'm going to attempt to do it without using the Sword of Light first. If I get clowned on, then that's kind of embarrassing, and I guess I'll have to use the Sword of Light. But I want to see, at the very least, if I can do this without it, so... Yes, let us begin the final battle with Calasmos. We're in a whole other dimension.
You have come, ink dragon spawn.
Oh shit.
I am Calasmos, born of the void.
Look at this big ass guy.
The evil radiating from him, it's almost unbearable.
Ink dragon begat Yggdrasil. I shall destroy the world tree. The void shall consume you all.
To even hope to best such a foe may seem pure folly, but we cannot flinch or falter. We are our world's last and only hope.
Can we really do this?
Oh, honey, you better believe we can. Come on. We've waited our whole lives for this moment.
We'll win, all right! He won't know what hit him.
Well, laddie, this is it.
It's time to do what you were born to do. Ready?
Here it comes. The final showdown. Let's do this.
I love this fight. I love this arena. The fight itself, I don't even remember, like, this guy's attacks.
Children of light, give yourselves to darkness. Soon all shall know the void.
Well, we'll see about that. Here we go, the final fight with Calasmos. And like I said, I'm going to be trying to do this without the Sword of Light. So let's see how that goes down. I'm going to be making absolute best use of pet pops. All the pet pops that I've been farming. And all the pet powers. The first one I'm going to pop here is Yggdraken's Blessing. Make the party almost invincible for a few turns. So this, if this works, it should give us the time to set up. And yeah, let's just give it a go. I don't know if I've actually shown this pet power before. Alright, nice. Now, he could just use Disruptive Wave on me and render all of that completely pointless. And that would suck.
Here's a little something.
Right. Yeah, everyone's pepped up. Okay, perfect. Luminary. So now what I want to do is the Flight Fantastic, I think. Yeah, I could use some of these, like, super pet powers with like 3 or 4 of the characters, but I don't necessarily think they're gonna do that much damage. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with a little of this. Like an oomphle effect on the whole party. That is such a good pet power. It's honestly kind of disgusting. Now, I could try Dirge of Dungeon Slayer if I really wanted to, but I know, yeah, by the way, he has 3 different targets. Claw Cannon and then the main boss. Which one I want to attack first? I don't know. What I'm just going to do is just cast Kasap and try and debuff them all. Okay, the main body missed, but I got both his arms. Yeah, as you can see, we're just taking no damage from that because of the Yggdraken Blessing. So he's just gonna laugh at us. Okay, he likes to do Cold Breath. That's good to know. Maybe when this wears off, I could use Insulate or whatever that's called. Right, now, let's get a little divide. And okay, you're debuffed. I can just about say the other one's debuffed. I could pep pop again. I think I'm just gonna sword dance. Just get a little damage check here. Oh wow, that does absolutely nothing. Yeah. Okay. You're a little bit physically bulky, huh?
I almost feel bad about this.
Well, that one got debuffed again. Murky Mist. Oh no, Savando's like blinded. Confused. I can never remember which one that is. I think it's confused. Nice. Right. See, this is a problem now. It might be time to take Sylvando out of the party, to be honest. Unless I can get, like, unless I can get a status on this guy, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I just need to bring in someone else. Let's bring in Hendrik, maybe? No, let's bring in Veronica. Actually, no, I want to save Veronica from Serena and do, like, a Mighty Magic Burst when I need it. So let's bring in Jade.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn, right. You could do with a buff, but honestly, I just want to see if we can take down this claw. That's not terrible damage, but I mean, this guy's very bulky. Okay, Eric's divided, he's buffed. Let's get a double down. Let's do it on the main target. It's gonna hit all of them. Let's just see how much we can actually do here. Okay, very good. Yeah, this guy's a lot bulkier than most of the enemies we've been fighting, but oh, look at that. His mask is breaking. Right, now we've got to be careful because our damage blocking buff has worn off. And oh, he's more susceptible to status effects. Oh, isn't that interesting? If I pep up here with the Luminary, I'll have a full party pepped up again. Right. I would like to try and get sap on you. Oh, the claw's nearly dead. I could just go for a hard claw on that. I think I'm gonna do that instead. Nice. Okay, there goes the claw. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Oh, he's summoning little minions. No, don't do that. Okay, he likes to use breath attacks, I'm noticing, so maybe getting Insulate up is not a bad move. Oh, they're all individual targets. That's slightly concerning. Maybe a double down would be able to do something about that. Nice. Nice. See, that's what I built Jade for. Those crits. Right. I could just do Adrian's Blessing again. That's crazy that you can just do that again. That seems ridiculous. Catastrophe, maybe? I don't think I've shown this, so... Or I could do Giga Burst into an enemy. I think Catastrophe's... Yeah, it's all target. This might be terrible. I don't actually know. I don't think I've used this before. Okay, I'll kill one of them for whatever reason. Right. See, now I could do with hitting all of them. They're all like half HP. If I can... I'm actually going to swap here to dual wielding the Swords of Light, just so then I can use Giga Gash, because this is one of the Luminary's only all hitting abilities. Yeah, that was the perfect amount of damage I needed just to finish those guys off. I didn't want to stick around and find out what they were going to do. Okay, he just tried to status me, I think. Right. I could do with a heal, or I could also do with... someone else can heal. I want to sap you. Please. Nice, there we go. Right. Maybe, I think it's time to bring in... Yeah, let's bring in Hendrik. No, it's it'll do for now. So I could divide, but... yeah, let's do it. Hopefully my, He's not used Disruptive Wave yet, so hopefully my buff sticks around for a little while longer. And I'm just gonna hit an Omni Heal just to top everyone off, because again, I don't know what to expect.
The sword
Swooshall. Ow, that did a lot to Jade. I guess everyone else kind of has, like, elemental reduction. And actually, Eric has wind protection. That's why I did so little. Right. Let's get... Let's get pepped up again. What do I want to do? I actually probably just want to heal and then let Eric get his double down off.
Here.
We get another turn with Jade. Okay. She's not buffed, but I'll see how much this does. No crits. Right, okay. Eat this. Nice, nearly 5,000. Ooh. Look at that. He looks so goofy without that mask. Look at, he's just like an insect. He's just like a parasite, like an interdimensional parasite. Don't you? Aw, you bastard. Alright, Eric. It's time to go. It's time to go, buddy. Critical spells. I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter. Honestly, I don't. Oh, he's nearly dead. Oh, we can just finish it off with a mighty magic burst. Let me just yeah, let me...
None shall pass.
You guys ready for this? I don't think Calasmos is ready for this. Boosh. Wow, that did nothing, but it was still enough. But would you look at that? I had no trouble really at all. Yeah, you really don't need the Sword of Light to beat this guy if you're even nearly as strong as I am. But honestly, if you see what I was doing there, it's really just the power of pet powers. If you have enough pet pops, you are pretty set. I mean, that Yggdragon's Blessing that just lets you take no damage for 2 turns, that is absolutely insane. Gross.
Bested by mere humans. Twice. But know this, the dark cannot be erased, for without it, light cannot exist. My body may die, but my spirit shall live on. I shall endure.
Yeah.
Light, foul light, hideous. Why do you burn so bright?
Good job we got out of there in time.
It's over. It's really over this time. The last great evil is gone. Our world is safe at last.
What began with Erdwin and his companions so long ago finishes here today, with us.
What are you looking so serious for? We should be celebrating. I get it. You're thinking of her, aren't you? You want to go and help her. Well, what are we waiting for?
You have come again, wanderers. And you have succeeded in your quest. Shadows no longer hang heavy over the land. Evil has been banished from Erdrea.
You know, that's cool and all, but could you talk any slower?
But if this is so, why have you returned? What brings you here now, when all is as it should be at last?
Oh, thank God, you might actually talk normal now.
Art thou... Thou wouldst have me return there?
Just as we did.
Thank you, Luminary.
You could have took the sword with you. I mean, I don't really need it, to be honest.
I hope she finds him.
She just disappeared. Why can't I shake the feeling this has all happened before?
Wah, wah, wah. You're back in this old fit? Okay. So yeah, we did it. We saved the world. Cute photo. Did I actually even show this? Did I show this on screen? I don't know if I did. I wish you could get that outfit for the Luminary. Yeah, it's pretty easy, actually. But don't fret, viewers. There'll be a much tougher challenge coming up. Believe me. Bruh. Okay, dude. You really didn't have to say that. I don't actually know where I'm supposed to be going. Is the game gonna make me climb the cobblestone tour again? Because that would just be typical. But yeah, I think playing this game over such a long period of time. I mean, I obviously played the game before doing this this playthrough. But playing this game over such a long period of time really makes you like feel like it's also much bigger. I mean, this game is huge and incredibly long. Don't get me wrong. Like I put over 200 hours into this playthrough alone. Although obviously a lot of that is, you know, farming stuff and doing optional things. So I mean, it's probably closer to about 100 hours if I had to guess. for the average playthrough, which is still a lot. And I'm not usually like, there seems to be a thing nowadays where like JRPGs are measured in their goodness is measured in how long they are, and it's like a fucking dick measuring contest of, oh, this game's like got this many hours long, there's this much content. I don't necessarily think that's always a good thing, you know. Quality over quantity and all that, but I have to say this game is non-stop quality. It's just by far one of the best JRPGs released in the past decade. You know, completely pushing Dragon Quest in not a new direction at all, really, because it is very much still exactly as Dragon Quest was at its core. But it's brought it to a modern audience in a fantastic way. And oh, I guess this is where we're meant to go.
Look who it is.
It's so nice to see you again. It feels like an age now since we defeated the Dark One, doesn't it?
Now, let's get down to business, shall we? We've been worried that your life might be lacking purpose now things have quietened down.
Do you remember the vision we saw some time ago? The one where Serenica and the Watchers sent Calasmos up to his prison in the sky? Well, afterwards, Serenica took the Sword of Light back to its rightful resting place in the heart of Yggdrasil, didn't she? So, we were thinking, what with the sword being such a symbol of Erdrea's newfound peace and everything, we should do as Serenica did. We should return it to the World Tree for safekeeping.
No, I want it. It's mine, damn it.
We know how attached to it you are, but we couldn't help thinking it would be safer with Yggdrasil. And besides, we wouldn't want you losing it, would we?
How dare you?
So what do you say? Shall we take the Sword of Light back to where it belongs?
Oh, go on then.
That's the spirit! Right, we're ready when you are, so just let us know when you want to set off.
I'm sure we won't be gone for too long. But it's quite a way to Yggdrasil and back. Why don't you go and say your goodbyes, and we'll wait here for you.
But yeah, like the game, it's brought Dragon Quest to a modern audience in a fantastic way, and I think this game has hopefully gotten a lot of people into more kind of classic JRPGs, because it's still at its core as a very classic turn-based combat system, but it's done so well. So, if for whatever reason you're watching this video and you've watched to the end and you've not played this game, first of all, why are you here? Second of all, go and play this game. It's on sale right now on Steam as of recording this video. It's so cheap now. For a game of this size and of this quality, it is being sold for an incredible price, so you would be a fool not to even try this game. Oh my god, is Gemma pregnant? We've been busy. We've been busy after beating Calasmos. Well, maybe it's before, but still. Alright, yeah, let's just get a move on. Let's go and get going. Okay, yeah. Yes. Let's go! I love this theme. I'm gonna give him my item. I guess it's like a scripted event.
Coming here brings back a lot of memories, doesn't it? It's such a special place.
At first there was nothing. Then came the light. That's how the books of legend begin. The world was a cold, desolate wasteland. And then light dawned. It was the gift of the World Tree. And it gave birth to Erdrea, our beautiful home. This is where it all began. This is the source from which the river of life flows. I think it's time, don't you? Time to return the Sword of Light to its rightful resting place.
Holy high-res cutscene. It's been a while. Sup, dog?
So you have come at last. Welcome, children of the light. I am the being your kind once called the Yggdragon. Yggdrasil and I are one and the same. Long, long ago, I did battle with Calasmos. I was defeated. My radiance was extinguished. I had been the source of all light. Without me, the world grew dim. Until finally, darkness reigned entirely. But that was not the end. The Watchers, my erstwhile comrades in arms, came to my aid. The time that had been torn from me was set in motion once again. I shed my old form and took on a new one, that of Yggdrasil. And I set about creating this world. How long have I waited for true heroes to appear and bring this story to an end? I could not defeat Calasmos, nor could Erdwin before you. No, it fell to you to vanquish him once and for all.
I think Erdwin just needed a few more pep pops. And he would have been good.
Luminary. You are the one. The savior of Erdrea. I hereby confer upon you the title of Erdrick.
Oh!
Mightiest of heroes. Know this, Erdrick.
Hell yeah.
There can be no day without night. One day, the darkness will surely rise again. None can say when, nor what form it might take. Perhaps I myself may even succumb to the night. But one thing we can know for certain. These things will never die. Love and courage. Even should the worst come to pass, and darkness consume my soul, a hero will surely arise to take the sword in hand once more. And the echoes of that hero's valor shall ring through the ages.
Oh yeah. So if it wasn't painstakingly obvious before the ending, this game is obviously super connected to the original trilogy. With that meant to be the main protagonist of Dragon Quest 1 at the end there. Which I was popping off when I saw that. Not that I've played much. I mean, I've played Dragon Quest 3. I don't know if I actually finished it. I played Dragon Quest 1 and then I played Dragon Quest 3. I don't know if I finished it. 3 obviously being the prequel to Dragon Quest 1. And I think DQ11 is set before the trilogy, as far as I understand it. I could be wrong. I'm not super like vested in the lore or anything. And it's been a while since I completed the game originally and kind of looked into the ending. But I mean, yeah, this game is quite clearly a massive love letter to the original trilogy. You know, the names of things and the kind of themes at play should be making it obvious enough throughout the whole game. So yeah, that was Dragon Quest XI for the most part. Like I said, all that's left to do for us now is, well, I still haven't done the final trial of the Wheel of Harmor. I realize I haven't shown that off yet. So that should be fun. And then the final super bosses. Well, there's one like actual super boss. There's another optional boss before that. Who I don't actually know how tough he is because I've never actually completed the Tickington stuff before. I've never done the super bosses, so like this is gonna be new to me. I didn't bother doing it on my original playthrough. To be honest, I didn't beat the game that long before getting the Steam version, as far as I remember. It's been a while, obviously. It's been 4 years since this playthrough started. It's been even longer since I played the game for the first time. But I mean, just the fact alone that I've come back and replayed this game in its entirety, regardless of how long it took, says a lot, you know, how much I like this game. These days, as an adult, it takes a lot for me to replay a video game. And I would 100% play this game again. No hesitation. This is definitely one of my favorite JRPGs. Definitely one of my favorite turn-based, combat-based games. Which most of my favorite games are turn-based. It's just the games I grew up with. It's always the genre that I'll hold the most dear to me. I mean, even Pokemon, for God's sake. Pokemon is a turn-based JRPG. You know, I guess that kind of said it all. I had a DS as a kid, and the main games I had was obviously the Pokemon games. Black and White was my jam. I had Final Fantasy 3 and 4, the 3D remakes of those games. Final Fantasy 3 was my first Final Fantasy and my first JRPG. And then I had Dragon Quest 9, which is an incredible game, which sorely needs a remake. Now, of course, they're doing the 2D HD remake of Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, with the, well, 3's coming out first. But, I mean, 9, man. so many people love 9 so much, and it's so, like, it's stuck on a system that is obviously very, very old now in comparison to modern consoles. There's also a lot of limitations for it. There's a lot of, like, online features. It's a multiplayer game at its core, although you could obviously play it single player, and I did. There's, like, a bunch of stuff, like, there were, like, internet, like Wi-Fi features you have to use to connect your DS to the internet and get, like, a bunch of extra stuff that are no longer accessible on a cartridge unless you use, like, some shenanigans. And it's just not the same. It sorely needs a remake. There's so many quality of life features that have been introduced since the game, that have been introduced in Dragon Quest XI especially, that Dragon Quest IX could super benefit from. So I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, just because they are obviously doing the HD 2D remakes, which makes a lot of sense, again, because Dragon Quest XI has obviously been the big game, and it's obviously super in line with those games. They want to bring the original trilogy back to a modern audience in the proper way, and I'm very glad they're doing that. So with that being said, I definitely would like to cover Dragon Quest III on the channel. The remake is coming out. I think it's coming out in November, so not too far away. Because that was going to be my next point of discussion, which is usually what happens when I finish a game, I finish a playthrough, which doesn't happen often. When the credits are rolling, I kind of like to talk about the games and talk about what's next for the channel. Obviously, things are a little unique at the moment. In the sense, I've only just come back. This is like the second video since coming back after another little break. So now I'm coming back with a fresh perspective of what I want to do. I'm still unsure of it. I don't want this channel to become a Dragon Quest channel, because as much as I do love Dragon Quest, I haven't played most of the games. And there are many of the series that I love just as much, if not more, that I would like to cover. So I don't want this channel to become a Dragon Quest channel just because that's what's done well for me. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we still have probably a couple episodes left of this when we do the optional super bosses and whatnot. So I've got a little time to think about it. Hey, speaking of Dragon Quest IX, they're going to show some gameplay. Oh, man. There's Corvus, the final boss. There's a metal king slime in a grotto. Yeah, I remember that well. And that story sequence on the right, I do remember that one, actually. Oh, look, they're using Falcon Slash with Falcon Blades. Yeah, that's like the go-to overpowered strategy in Dragon Quest IX is Falcon Slash with Falcon Blades is just ridiculous. It's not like it is in this game. Falcon Slash is not that good in Dragon Quest XI, probably because of how broken it was in Dragon Quest IX. But yeah, I'd love to see how they would do like a remake of Dragon Quest IX. And just, you know, again, for the Switch, and a lot of people are expecting a remake for the Switch because it's so suited to a portable system. It's a, you know, like I said, it's a big multiplayer aspect to the game. But we're assuming, obviously, that the next console from Nintendo is going to be the Switch 2, like, in a sense. So it's going to be relatively the same, we think, so hopefully they'll still have the opportunity to do that, and, you know, keep the same kind of go outside and meet other Dragon Quest players kind of mentality, because you can't really, that doesn't really happen anymore. You know, there's a point in time, especially in Japan, I think, where Dragon Quest IX was so big, there'd be people, like, on the street, like, just sat playing it together. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, when that was a big thing. Like, you just bump into other people playing Pokemon Go outside. Oh no, wait, what's this? They were reunited in the end. But it's this part that always gets me. Particularly all those other books on the shelf. Particularly the green one that's next to the one she just put on the shelf. There's a lot of theory surrounding that.
Cooey. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Morning, my darling. It's time to get up. Today's a very important day.
And there we are. That is the end. Almost. There's still a few fights left, but that is the end of the game. Yeah, that little ending cutscene is what's given the most discussion to the ending, and I'm not equipped to tell you on what exactly that means. There are plenty of other videos out there probably that go into that. So, hell yeah. Let me not save over the last save before that, just in case. Let me save over this one. And there we go. I think that's a new title screen for being the game. I'm pretty sure. I've not seen that one before, so yeah. So, with that being said, well, let's see where it actually puts us when we go back into the game. Because, yeah, obviously, you can just infinitely fight Calasmos, I'm pretty sure. But now we have a cleared save file. Yeah, we're in the church in Cobblestone. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, it's just auto-equipped me with the Super Sword of Light. Well, I don't want that. But now that we have actually beaten Calasmos, like I said, we can go back to Tickington and complete that quest, and then go from there. So which is pretty much all there's left to do again, besides the secret trial on the Wheel of Harmor, which I actually completely forgot about until I went to just mess around with the Wheel of Harmor off-screen and noticed I hadn't done it yet. So I've still not done it yet. I actually can't remember the fight all that well. So that might be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day here. Obviously, it's probably been a long video showing off the entire ending. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. And yeah, next time, I don't know if it's going to be one video or two. We'll see how long it takes us. I'll be going back to Tickington and finishing all that up. So yeah, look forward to it. And just because I was discussing it a little bit during the credits, yeah, let me know if there's anything in particular you'd want to see on the channel going forward. Obviously, there's only a couple episodes of Dragon Quest left, so if you have anything you particularly like to see, I'm not going to make any promises that I'll do it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.